What is up, guys? My name is Sarcasm, and today I have an MOAB on the brand new map BlackBox. Now, this is pretty good gameplay in my opinion. It does get a little slow at the end, but overall, I think I did a pretty good job, especially since I didn't really know the map too well. So basically what had happened was, I just got home. I decided to download the map, as I do when the maps come out. I hopped on right away, and when I'm playing a new map or I'm in a new setting, I like to use something that I'm comfortable with, and this class is definitely one that I am comfortable with. This is the ACR with the silencer and extended mags, but you don't really want to hear me talk about my class setup. I'm going to be talking about the map for the rest of the video. So you definitely want to run something like an assault rifle such as your ACR on this map, because it does have a lot of long lines of sight, a lot of open areas, and a lot of different positions that you can control really well if you are running an assault rifle like I am using in this game. So basically, for the most part of this game, I was staying around the back C spawn and the B plane area, which is probably where the majority of the fighting and the action does go down, that B plane area. So I try to stay around those areas. Now, from what I've experienced, this building as well is really good because you can see over to B, you can see over to C, and you can see over to A, but the downside is that it's kind of open to pretty much all directions, so you are exposed. But yeah, if you play it smart and you kind of use that this little room here that I was kind of peeking into as cover, then you can just use it to reload real quick, hide, regain your health, rejuvenate, whatever you need, and then you can just pop back out and control whatever you're controlling. So yeah, you see I come back over to the C area since the enemy team does have the C flag, and this position is pretty good. You can see back over to that building that I was just in. Now, the cool thing about this map is, most of the buildings, they do have they're only covered in glass, so there's not many places you could hide in the buildings in particular. And on top of that, from the buildings, from most of them actually, you can see a bunch of different control points of the map, which is really cool since it's not just one dominant building. In my opinion, I feel like there are different positions that you could take. So now, this plane right here is where, like I said, the majority of the action happens. That is pretty much the main focal point, at least in domination. And people like to camp in there. It's pretty. This map, I don't want to say it's camp friendly, but there are definitely a lot of places you could hide. There's a lot of corners, all that. So if I was you, you're just playing this map for the first time. And when people play any map, any DLC for the first time, they like to camp in corners. They like to run assassin. They like to use blind eye claymores, all that. So you definitely want to be careful. Pay attention to your surroundings. But yeah, I was actually surprised because not that many people in this game in particular were running assassin. I think only one of them was, so that was pretty good for me. And I was able to, spot them a lot easier, know where they were coming from. And that just increased my overall map awareness a ton. But yeah, so you see I just pretty much, hang around this B area for a good portion of this game. That is because they kept coming to the B flag. Of course, you do want the B flag in domination, and of course they did. But look at that. I didn't even know that sniper guy was up there because there was two different levels to that building. And another thing about this map is that there are a lot of different levels to each building. There's like a couple different floors, so if you have a headset, you usually use a headset, and you listen for people that can kind of screw you up. It could throw you off a little bit because you're not going to be 100% sure where the people are coming from unless you do, you are really well practiced with the headset, or you do have a really good headset. Because I know with my Turtle Beaches, I could hear where they were coming from, but I did have a little bit of trouble distinguishing whether they were on my floor or the lower floor below me, but that could just be because I didn't have it turned up fully all the way. But yeah, so I'm basically, like I said, just sticking around this building, C and the B flag. This is where the action happens. C and B is pretty close together, and I don't really go much to A at all until the end of the game for this game. But yeah, you see I'm just about to cut a little bit over here because pretty much I was just playing really slow and defensive, and I knew it was starting to get closer to that MOAB. And when you do get close to the MOAB, you maybe want to take it slow like I was doing here. Take your time, especially when you are in a high traffic area. So you see I get my MOAB there. Fast forward a little bit again, call it in. That's my MOAB. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Leave me some feedback in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this new map, BlackBox.